They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Q-Bone staying with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got the
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and we are underway from Ford Field. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22. And Goff going to look to throw right away. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Throwing again on second down. Goff. And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the fourth down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
So after the big play on fourth, here's first and 10. Go. Here's Swift. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play, and it'll make this a second and long. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing on second and long. Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play.
Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, 36 yards. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10. At about the 32. Now Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper, 49 yards. And the Browns have come back to make it a 2-point game.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. There's Goff. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Running is Swift. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. That one complete. He finds Chark. And some space here. DJ Chark. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. Goff looking to throw. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge win for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll run here with Swift and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On a jet sweep, here comes Chark. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Gone. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 4th down, Goff. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and this Browns defense stands tall. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear three? Remember, if it's 2 in a row, we'll be hit 3 in a row because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
After the interception, here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Second and 8.
Now it's gone. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Touchdown, Detroit! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
They'll look to throw. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. I'd say it's a pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Watson. He's got a man, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They're gonna look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception